clause 22. There were proposed amendments, so I'll give it to you so that you can put your proposals.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I propose that we introduce a new clause, F, that will read, vet, determine, and allocate. And Mr. Chair, I will also propose that we amend the same clause, 22D, to read, monitor academic progress and achievements of beneficiaries. Thank you. Allow me to request Mheshimiwa Kajwang to second.
Thank you, Chairman. I stand to second the amendment. Thank you.
Thank you, members. I'm being guided by my able clerk that if we go that way, Chair, it will be a repetition of A, and since 128.6 gives the chair the power even to withdraw members, we can invoke that standing order 128.6 to withdraw the amended A and to give room for the chair to amend further amendments. So chair, amend that section as section A, but not introduce section F.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I therefore propose that we amend section 22A to read, vet, determine, and allocate. I am going to request Mheshimiwa Sakwa to second.
That's why, Chair, we said, sometimes, Chair, you have the power, Chair. The rules are relaxed, but, Chair, sometimes it's good to stick to what members had said. And number one, Chair, we had introduced a new clause, and taking us back what we had already discussed is actually look as if we've been trivializing ourselves. You don't know what we are doing. And therefore, Chair, I would really wish when the table cracks mislead you, Chair, we are going to call them and tell them not to mislead the House and the Chair. Chair, because of number one, the reason as to why we say it so is now because if it's a cons, it means that clause that was there is no longer going to be captured as raised during the public participation. Therefore, Chair, my humble request, I'm not an authority in matters of legal drafting, but I will tell you, Chair, it is good actually to retain whatever members have suggested because it's critical. Any member can fault with that. And therefore, Chair, be cognizant of that we had voted, and you request us also to vote because we can retain it the way it was, and the Chair also, the mover, had also the chance to introduce that clause the way it was, and plus, also he can introduce another part of it still the way it is because we said it does not cause any harm. So we can retain it, either by reintroducing it because I already had voted about it. And I have never heard of any house or any court or any judge, because sometimes you take the president of the courts, who says this in the same court at the same time, and then at the same time contradict himself on the same court. Chair, let us look, and I'm happy because you are the chair legal, just another day. And you know the procedures the way they are. Once you rule, Chair, make sure that your authority and the authority that we have as a house can still be retained. Therefore, Chair, be cognizant of that. It's until any other power revokes it. And I said, we have a legal procedures to revoke that clause. But however, Chair, I want to hear where that clause that we suggested during public participation, and we did discuss it further, where it is going, because that is the amendment the Chair already documented that we already know.
Mover.
Mr. Chairman, it is important that Mheshimiwa Njuguna from Elbagon gets to understand that what was passed in the public participation was not final, because it was open to debate. So we are amending. That is our business, to amend. Therefore, there's no need for the back and forth, isn't it? Because we are amending this one, and members are in concurrence.
Chair, the member is not unanswered, so let me proceed. Chair, we saw it very clear that you were given the authority as the chairperson of the committee of the whole house. You see, it is not about PM anymore. We read the standing orders. And you've brought it here, and we've agreed that that one we can proceed with it. So Njuguna is taking us round and round and round. We are going to have a talk show until tomorrow. You see, we understood the logic that the chair brought up. And we said, well, this thing is going to antagonize the entire process. And we agreed that we don't want to propose to vet beneficiaries of the scholarship that is being given by the executive. That one is clear. We have our own money. We'll sponsor people. We are going to still take people to driving. We are still going to take people to technical courses. We are not bound by any regulation. So, Chair, I beg that you rule Mheshimiwa out of order, and then we proceed.
Chair, even if you rule me out of order, Chair, you allocated me time, then somebody interfered with the system. They leaked me out, Chair.
But
therefore,
you
Chair,
are
allow me to suggest this, Chair. We said we do not have challenge with that Kraus A, 22A. We said it can still be inscribed to the Act. But we also said, Chair, whatever we suggested also does not contravene. And I would wish to be informed by the Chair, the mover that is, how is it contravening? By just saying that the members of the ward committee can receive and relay that to the county, is there any problem, Chair? Is there any way that it contravenes? Chair, I'm not saying that they have any role of also actually dictating how the scholarship should be done. But they are receiving, because they are vetting and they are seeing the forms. And they can be able to come up with the criteria even to suggest and to request the government to consider that, Chair. Therefore, Chair, I want to rest my case, Chair. But don't make this assembly a kangaroo assembly. This is a house of rule, a respected house, and a house of order. Chair, going forward, let us affirm whatever we have passed. Because, Chair, we want to tell us, and I said that's what I said. If you want to tell us also those crosses that we have already moved with amendments to be done away with, that is a precedent that we want to set. Therefore, Chair, I would wish to request, if he is not moving that amendment, I am here to move that amendment, Chair. And I have been given that power. That's why the people from Elbagon told me to come here. And I'm not contravening whatever crosses and whatever the fund be, or that act. I'm just battling, or rather, I'm just trying to make this bill better.
So, I want to rule this, that as the chair, I have not taken this house as a kangaroo. I'm being guided by the standing order, and I have quoted the standing order on 28, Part C. And that is why I directed whatever I told the chair. And I want to agree with the Honorable Njuguna, saying that this is a progressive thing, and we are doing this for the benefit of our county. And we have been given by the Constitution this time to debate and to come up with a law that can govern this county. And I think everyone is in order, and that is why, as the chair, I had given the mover that chance, and he asked the chair to be given that time. He did the caucusing, and the report of the caucus is what now he has brought as a proposal. And he has proposed, and why I've said that I've been guided by the clerk is that, by the words of the clerk, is that we cannot use the same words in the same clause. It will be contradicting the same clause. That is why we've said now we have A as amended. Yes, as you've said. And you've said now it is the turn for Sakwa to second. So Honorable Sakwa from Kivumbini, have the privilege.
Thank you, our chair. Now that you have ruled on the same, because it was now a heated debate, I second that amendment.
So for the benefit of this bill and for the Hansard, I will give now the chance to the mover to read the amendment part so that you can take it now to record. And then I put it in question.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Mr. Speaker. These were the amendments on clause 22. 22A will read, vet, determine, and allocate. Mr. Speaker, 22D will read as follows, as following. Monitor academic progress and achievements of the beneficiaries. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, I'll now put it to question as A separately and D, so that you can move together. So, honorable members, I propose that clause 22A be amended as proposed. Honorable members, I put the question that clause 22A be amended as proposed. As many of the same opinion say aye, as many of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable members, I propose that clause 22D be amended as proposed. Honorable members, I put the question that clause 22D be amended as proposed. As many of the similar opinions say aye, as many of the contrary opinions say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 23, 24, and 25.
Chair, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Njuguna.
Thank you, Chair. But Chair, you just moved amendments, and we wanted you also to move amendments. Actually, we move the committee this to be part of the bill. And the Chair also, allow me also to say that I have an issue, and that's why I was waiting for you to move, so that we can include that clause that have been omitted to be part of the bill. And we can introduce it as F, Chair. And Chair, I want to tell and I want to request this, honorable members. Members, don't joke with some of the small issues that we are just looking at them. Just by saying, let us omit that, let us omit that. We know, and I know, this governor's scholarship, but it does not been rendered ineffective by saying, let that committee, when they receive and they have any challenge or other that kind of issues, when they see it, to relate to this committee or other to this scholarship committee that we have. It does not in any way contradict. And therefore, Chair, the reason as to, and I remember the chairperson, the mover, knows when we came to that, what we had discussed. Otherwise, but if it is upon the members, once they feel they don't want their committee to be suggesting and to be also be giving, and they know where we have come from, and you know where we have come from, Chair. You know that there are some, those who are singing freedom, and others are singing other songs. If they don't want, so be it. But I want to request these members to know some of the members of the wards can suffer because of the political decisions some of the members can make here. So when we want actually to decline that such kind of a crowd that I say is so sacrosanct, and it is assisting the members of your ward to be assisted in one way or another, it's upon you. And it goes down to the history as known as one of the members who prioritize other things against their people. Of that Kraus 22.
What are you proposing?
Proposing that we come up with a new Kraus that leads that Governor's Scholarship Committee shall receive scholarship application from the ward committee. Shall receive. That committee will not determine. The ward committee will not determine. They just be moving prayer because they have realized that there are needed students here who have been omitted by maybe that long team that is at the county level. It is receiving the determination of what shall be allocated or other consideration in the next year shall be based onto the Governor's Scholarship Committee. Theirs is just submit prayers. If that contradicts, then I don't understand what language are we talking or rather which schools that we went.
Okay. Please talk through the answer. Honorable Kajong.
Sasa ndio tumereceive. You say that they should collect the forms and then take to this other committee. 55 wards looking for 30 million. I'm telling you, we are just putting ourselves into a bigger mess. Let us give the governor and the executive the authority to run this thing with their committee. Ukianza kusema eti we cannot process because we've not gotten proposal from Unarok. We cannot process because Kaptembo has not brought theirs. Huh? I mean, let us not confuse this process. Let us deal with the ward committee to deal with the ward issues.
The proposal comes from the mover. That was just a proposal from Honorable Njuguna, but I want to give it now to the mover because the mover, this is your document. So what do you have to say?
Mr. Speaker, in my opinion, the introduction of a new clause may not be necessary at the moment, because the moment you say that you want the Ward Bursary Committee to receive forms on behalf of the Governor's Scholarship Committee, you have already donated the power to the Ward Bursary Committee, and they already have a lot of work to do, to vet, to receive forms from the ward level. So there's no need of duplication, that you want them to receive at the ward level, and they also need to receive forms from the county level. It doesn't make sense. Each committee can have its own role.
Honorable, come on.
Thank you, Chair. I think, Chair, you have dwelled too much on this issue, Chair. And if at all members feel it good, because now when we are talking about now form also coming from the committee, from the ward committee, it's also as if you are saying we divide these funds just to the ward, simply. In other way, that's what all these arguments are all about. And Chair, as I said earlier, as long as even in other development, Chair, even if you go to health, there's that funds that are given to the ward, and others to HQ. If you don't have that formula and the committee to share, also we can trust the same executive to do with that million. As long as we are given a chance to allocate money in our wards, and also in the HQ we have the share of the ward, and we have the committee. My issue and my argument was, if now we don't want the forms of the committee, from the ward committee, to be outed with, also let us give a leeway for the HQ to do their own things. Because the bursary thing also, in one way or the other, is a direct interaction with your people and your electorate. So now when we chip in, we want to assume we are the only leaders that need to interact with the Wananchi. So we give that priority. I don't see in essence of dealing with this issue for 2 hours, Chair.
Thank you. I've given you the benefit of that. Members, you've given your views, and I now rule now. We've dispensed with clause 22. We move to clause 23.
Chair, finally, today I have told you that in my ward, I have already put aside some monies to go to capitation. If tomorrow I want to put some money to go to scholarship, what will happen, Chair? Chair, and this is a law, and that's why I'm saying this is a law that we are coming up with, not only what comes from the headquarters. Tomorrow I can decide, because there is an existing fund, for me to put aside some monies to go to the scholarship. What will happen, Chair? Will I be told not to do so? Those are the kind of the things, Chair, I was moving members to be considerate. This is a law that we are coming up with. But, Chair, I don't want to be in a quagmire like currently I am in, and the chairperson, the mover, knows. Currently, I cannot use my capitation fund just because I'm being told there is no rules. If I put my money to enhance the governor's kitty so that the members of Elbagon can benefit, what will happen, Chair? Therefore, Chair, those are some of the things, loopholes of the law that I'm trying to cure and to bridge. But if, Chair, people can still not seize that, such kind of thing, I'll be told to wait until when actually we are going to amend that law, then we trivializing ourselves, and therefore, Chair, I've made my point. And I'm not going to talk again on this bill, Chair, because I've seen there are some issues that are being taken as personal.
This is a house of rules whereby everybody is given a chance to give your views, and I want to rule this. Chair, education. After the bill, we have regulations. Members have given their views. Let the views that have been given by members be addressed by the regulations of this bill so that we can put all considerations. Thank you.
Chair, actually I have taken his views with weight, and I'm actually going to sit with Njuguna so that we can come up with a capitation bill, and we will see the possibility of actually capturing whether it is possible for now an MCA to have even a scholarship fund within the ward. Those are things we can bring together.
Okay, clerk.
Clause 23, 24, and 25.
Honorable members, I propose that clause 23, 24, and 25 be part of the bill. Honorable members, I put the question that clause 23, 24, and 25 be part of the bill. As many of the similar opinions say aye, as many of the contrary opinions say nay, the ayes have it.
Clause 26.
Honorable members, I propose that clause 26 be part of the bill. Mover.
Mr. Chair, I propose that we introduce a new clause, clause 26, as indicated on the order paper.
For the interest of this, the amendment clause 26 of the bill, it is inserting the word scholarships immediately after the word bursaries, so as to read bursaries and scholarships awarded under this act. That's what you've skipped, Chair. Before the new bill, before the new clause, there is this A that says inserting the word scholarships immediately after the word bursaries, so as to read bursaries and scholarships awarded under this act. 26. So you're proposing that you propose. Please take it now again so that you can, the amendment can be captured well.
Mr. Speaker, I propose that we amend clause 26 as indicated on the order paper.
Read the way it has been indicated.
Should I read it?
Yes.
Inserting the word scholarships immediately after the word bursaries, so as to read bursaries and scholarships awarded under this Act, and inserting a new paragraph immediately after paragraph D to provide any other award under the programs shall be paid directly into the institution's accounts. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Honorable members, I propose that clause 26 be amended as proposed. Honorable members, I now put question that clause 26 be amended as proposed. Yes.
And withdrew what I had said earlier that I'm not going to talk. Allow me to talk, Chair. Now, because it have captured me also, the article was 26, because you said we can go back even if you had passed it. So it's okay. But part 2.
We have not put it in question. We have not voted for it, so you can give your view.
Yes, yes, Chair. That's why I'm coming in, or coming through. Where application is made in respect of support for tertiary, college, or university, the relevant committee shall have regard to the applicant's efforts to obtain support from the Higher Education Loans Board, and where no such effort has been made, the applicant shall be ineligible. Shall be for both bursaries and scholarship. If I had it long, what have been led by the member, the mover, and that is 26 part 2, 26A2. That's what I'm seeing here in the amendments.
Maybe whatever you are reading from your side, it is not with us. I don't know where you are reading from. Are you reading from the yellow
I'm
page?
reading from the document in the standing orders of the day and of the time. Therefore, let us be guided, Chair. And I want to be guided clearly whether the document that was brought here for us to interrogate are the long document. I don't upload things into these gadgets, Chair.
We are on clause, remember we are on clause 26, not the new clause 26A. You are confusing the two. So we are doing the first part, clause 26, before we move now to the introduction of a new clause 26A. So let us dispense on the first amendment as
New
proposed
clause.
by the, yes, that is a new clause.
That's why I asked, and I did sought the permission from the chair, and he told me it's good because
No.
we have not done that without it, or with it.
Hatujafika.
But I'm side guide.
So, members, I want to propose that section 26A, a clause 26 of the bill, be amended as proposed. I want to put it question that clause 26 be amended as proposed. As many of the similar opinions say aye, as many of the contrary opinions say nay. The ayes have it.
Chair. And Chair, sometimes, Chair, I don't know whether it's me who is reading wrongly. Because what you have read is clause 26A. 26. Which leads what? Chair, can you take me through that 26?
You'll be explained outside Hansard by our so I want clause 26A. Honorable members, I propose that clause 20. Honorable members, I propose that clause 26A be read a second time.
Clause 26A reads, to make provision for the criteria for determining eligibility for the award. 26A1, the committees shall consider the applicant's A, family setup, including its income and other educational burdens, B, special need including any disability, and C, previous bursary support from any of the programs or other public sources in determining the eligibility or otherwise of an application and the amount to be awarded. 2, where an application is made in respect of support for a tertiary college or a university, the relevant committee shall have regard to the applicant's efforts to obtain support from the Higher Education Loans Board, and where no such effort has been made, the applicant shall be ineligible, provided that the board extends its facilities to such institutions. 3, the committee shall determine and rate applications to the programs by applying the criteria set out in subsection 1. Second reading.
So thank you, Chair. Chair, the reason as to why I did request to be allowed to ventilate onto that, it's because, Chair, you know the status and economic status keeps on changing. Chair, I have an attitude that I served at the Student Welfare Committee, where we used to give even the scholarship and funding to the student at Chuka University, where I was a student in the Welfare Committee and also the student leader. And Chairman, I can tell you, economic status keeps on changing. Today, my parents or guardian can be well up, so there will be no need for me to apply for the bursary, or rather the higher education loans. And Chair, I want to tell you, once in the bursary, you apply once, they stick with you. If you are passed when the lot that you are going through with, if they pass you, you can keep on appealing and appealing and appealing, and you will not be considered. Therefore, Chair, if you tell me, because I did not apply help, and by that time, my parents were aware up, you cannot not give me the bursary, then there will be a challenge. Therefore, Chair, I would wish to request this committee of the whole House to be considerate of that clause and remove that issues of the issues of telling us that I will be awarded the bursary because I applied the help. That one, let us be cognizant of that, and not be criteria for me to be given the bursary or the scholarship. Status keeps on changing. My parents today are rich, tomorrow they can be poor, they can go under economically. Let us be considerate of that, and let's change that clause, because it's dangerous to the students who are in universities and in the tertiary institutions and colleges.
Mover. Mover propose. We give chance to the mover to propose. We delete or...
Mr. Speaker, I propose that we amend 26A, Part 2. We delete it entirely. Let me request Mheshimiwa Rose Gilgil to second.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I second.
Honorable members, I propose that clause 26A, part 2, be amended as proposed. Honorable members, and I put the question that clause 26A, part 2, be amended as proposed. As many of the similar opinions say aye, as many of the contrary opinions say nay, the ayes have it.
Sponsor of the bill.
I want to now to propose that the amendment to that, the sponsor of the bill be deleted. We delete Zipporah Wamboi, CCM, Education, ICT, E-Government and Public Communication, and substitute it therefore with Honorable Peter Njoroge Minor, Chairperson Committee on Early Childhood Education and Vocational Training. Honorable members, and I put the question that the sponsor of the bill be amended as proposed. Honorable members, and I put the question that the clause on the sponsor of the bill be amended as proposed. As many of the similar opinions say aye, as many of the contrary opinions say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 2.
Clause 2, honorable members, I propose that clause 2 be part of the bill. Honorable members, and I put question that clause 2 be part of the bill. As many of the similar opinions say aye, as many of the contrary opinions say nay.
Clause 1.
Honorable members, I propose that clause 1 be part of the bill. Mover. We are now on clause 1. That is the title, the short title of the bill. There was some amendment to include the scholarship aspect. So the mover.
Mr. Chair, I propose that we amend clause 1 to read as captured on the order paper so that we can include the change in the short title. Thank you.
Please read as it is. How it's supposed to read.
It is going to read the Nakuru County Bursary and Scholarship Bill 2025.
Honorable members, and I put it to question that clause 1 be amended as proposed. Honorable members, and I put to question that clause 1 be amended as proposed. As many of the similar opinions say aye, as many of the contrary opinions say nay. The ayes have it.
Chair, do we have the need also to include the word scholarship on interpretation part?
As practice of a bill, it should be, and it has to be there so that the mover, the word scholarship should be, according to this bill, be defined. And also, for the benefit of doubt, you include both bursary and scholarship. So that is a proposal that you are going to, that is now part 1, interpretation.
Mr. Speaker, I propose that we amend clause 1 to include clause 2, sorry. I propose that we amend clause 2 to include the definition of the following words. 1, scholarship, and 2, bursary. Let me request a seconder. Mheshimiwa Kamau Mamahiu.
Thank you, Chair. I do second.
Honorable members, I now want to put a question that clause 2 be part of the bill, as amended, be part of the bill. As many of the similar opinions say aye, as many of the contrary opinions say nay. The ayes have it. We are done with the committee of the whole. So we are going to report to the Assembly as its consideration of the Nakuru County Bursary Fund Bill number 3 of 2025. Mover.
Mr. Chair, I propose to amend the name of the sponsor of the bill.
No. We are on the report.
Okay. Mr. Chair, I beg to move that the committee do report to the Assembly its considerations of the Nakuru County Bursary Fund Bill number 3 of 2025 and its approval thereof with amendments.
I'll put the question, which is that the committee do report to the House of its consideration of the Nakuru County Bursary Fund Bill number 3 of 2025 and its approval thereof with amendments. As many of the similar opinions say aye, as many of the contrary opinions say nay. The ayes have it.
Chairperson.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report the Committee of the Whole has considered the Nakuru County Bursary Fund Bill number 3 of 2025 and its approval thereof with amendments.
Thank you. Mover.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee on the said report. I am going to request for a seconder. Mheshimiwa Wathiai.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to second.
Thank you. I will propose the question, which is that the House do agree with the said report. I will put the question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. As many who are of that opinion say aye. Aye. As many who are of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Mover.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to move that the Nakuru County Bursary Bill of number 3 of 2025 now be read at that time. I will request for a seconder, Mheshimiwa Irene. Eva.
Thank you, Chair. I stand to second.
Thank you. I will propose the question, which is that the Nakuru County Bursary Fund Bill number 3 of 2025 be now read a third time. I will put the question, which is that the Nakuru County Bursary Fund Bill number 3 of 2025 be now read a third time. As many who are of that opinion say aye. As many who are of contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Thank you. That calls for celebration.
The Nakuru County Bursary Fund Bill 2025, a bill for an act of the County Assembly of Nakuru to provide for the establishment, administration, and management of Nakuru County Bursary Fund, to provide financial assistance to needy and deserving students and for connected purposes. Third reading.
Honorable members, I wish to take this time to sincerely thank you for your input, your participation. I want to thank the chair, the Committee on Early Education, and the committee itself. And I also want to thank the House for the input and also for participating in this very important piece of bill. And now we will take it to be taken to High Excellency the Governor for assent, so that night it can become an act of this Honorable House. Honorable members, we now all rise up. This House starts adjourned to 10th February at 9:30 a.m. Thank you.